Hi, I'm Gavin. So another camera lens combo thing, and this is the mighty Contax RX with a 35 on it. There you go. So Contax, amazing cameras. They never put the foot wrong making these things, but they sort of got stuck. They sort of basically Contax. Well, basically because it's like Yashica was involved, and they were making all these cameras, making the Contax fundamentally under Zeiss's sort of operational guidance. They came to an impasse with autofocus. So they did make an autofocus camera, but because it tweaked the lenses, the more important thing about the Contax platform was the lenses, the Zeiss lenses. Because they weren't allowed to make autofocus cameras. I don't know if the Zeiss told them they couldn't because they had to fiddle with the lenses or something like that. Contax Yashica had to come out with really clever ways to keep the lens, not to mess with the lenses. So they came up with two sort of ideas. They came up with the Contax AX, which is incredible, which is an autofocus camera, but the lens doesn't focus. The AX, the entire mirror chamber thing, moves backwards and forwards to focus, which is crazy. So you had a level of autofocus. And then the next version of this was, I think the AX came out before the RX, was the RX, which was a sort of, it's not autofocus, but it gave you focus capabilities. It gave you like a electronic rangefinder. So if you switch this on and you pointed at something and you move the focus ring, the gauge, the sort of like a dial handle will tell you, there's like LEDs, will tell you when you're in focus. It'll also, as well, very clever, will tell you the depth of field and the bottom of the display. So it's a really powerful camera, very clever. I mean, the focusing method is, I mean, I think they employed the same focusing system on their little rangefinders. They made the G2s. But yeah, so the RX was like a technical powerhouse, but it's sort of restrained because they could never give you full autofocus on, on the with the lenses. So I mean, it's great, but this is a great combination to have. You can find these. You've got to be wary of the mirror issue. The mirrors slip because of the glue erodes over time, but you can get that fixed. But it does everything. It's great. It's like using their MM lenses. You've got like program modes and everything like that. 35mm, great focal length to use. You can do the 28 or the 35 or the 50 1.7 on these. You've got a really nice range of lenses there with Contax. 1/4000 top shutter speed, or auto, what's it called? Auto rewind, all that sort of business. Or electronic camera. But it's got this extra feature where it's like a manual camera, but it's got a guide to allow you to focus, which is really, really clever. It has problems in certain lighting conditions, but it is handy. But you've got split prism in it as well, so you've got something to check off against, and you can change the viewfinders in these. The RX is a great camera. You don't see, I mean, I think the Aria gets a lot more interest than the RX, and so there's another one, the ST, was sort of like a cut down version of this, was slightly fast, more like, I think the Contax ST was more like the F100 without autofocus, or the MZS that had autofocus as well, but the ST didn't. But no, it's a really, really beautifully built, solid Contax camera, all the lovely Contax functionality. So you can basically, the thing that I've always liked about Contax was the fact that you had a button on the front here, and you could meter, then shoot. You don't have to, it's not half press. You can half press, but with this you can press the button, meter, get your reading, and then you shoot. They did this on all their early cameras, like the RX, the RTS, and the 139, things like that. Anyway, yeah, and obviously on the front is a Zeiss lens, and you can't really go wrong with these. The Carl Zeiss lens, distant to distagon, the lenses are just phenomenal. The same, sort of like, same level as Leica sort of quality. So the yellow Ferrari or red Ferrari, really, isn't it? It's that kind of thing. But which one is the yellow Ferrari? But I mean, it's sort of really, really high quality lenses, amazing optics. And this is a great package. It's sort of semi-expensive because of the lenses and this. But still, I mean, get one of these. You won't be wanting when you go out on a shoot. Yeah, lovely camera. Anyway, thanks for watching.